Well, as you saw, I did a bit of resource gathering. I cleared all this area of trees. It is now day 26, so that took me 19 days to do. I try to make sure that when I'm on, I'm recording so that if something goes awry, we all know what happened. Oh, sticks. Let's grab some sticks. So a couple of things about clearing all of this. I've now got heaps of wood, which leaves me well placed for the next bit. And having said I definitely know where I'm going to build the castle, it's going to be there. It's not. It's going to be here. This is the perfect spot. I will probably clear this level and that level of dirt, and same over there. But I'm going to pop over to the village. I'm going to grab all the wood that I harvested, and then we're going to start building here. So I'll just nip over and get my stuff, and I'll be back. Oh, hang on. I'm just going to make a chest here and put down the stuff that I've got in my inventory, and then I'll go over there. Back in a tick. This is what I'm talking about. And that's one double chest. There's still the single chest there. It's going to take me a few trips. Oh, I've got a problem. There are pillagers just over there. This is why we need to start building our defences really quickly. I'm just giving them a very wide berth. Take my word for it. They're there. I am not going over to show you. There they are. Eek. Eek. Oh, crumbs. I haven't even made a sword. What sort of martial leader am I that I haven't even made a sword? Alright, question arises. Where are they? Oh. That's why we're getting them. Right. Well, I'm not moving from here. We're going to have to learn to deal with that. And I know what I said about the one in the tundra. We're still just going to have to deal with that. Okay, first priorities. I'm going to make myself a sword. So I'm going to grab some cobble for that. I want to take that hill down, so that's going to be our source of cobble for the time being. I just came over to this village for one desperate scope out. That hill looks good, but there's a lot more hills on the other side, and that hill is practically honeycombed with tunnels and caves, and there were mobs, and I've spent a night here, and I've picked up some bones. You coming home, pussycat? Oh yeah, and we got a pussycat. I got the cat while I was clearing the hill. Right, let's see if we can get a puppy. Come on. Why aren't you taking the bone? Oh well, we need more bones. And the first thing I'm going to do is build a quick palisade around our little hill, and then we're going to build somewhere to stay. I think about here. This is not permanent. It will change. But it will be enough for the time being. It's also a good way of minimizing storage space, because I'm just storing a whole lot of wood now. Hello, pussycat. Down you go. Eventually, we're going to deal with that. There are ways to deal with it. Right, we've got a palisade that just runs around the ring of the hill. It's following the contours as much as I can. It is spawnable. I'm about to fix that. Right, so I've got slabs, and I'm just sticking bottom half slabs on top of all the logs Now I could just run torches around, but I have very little coal at the moment. We are going to have to set up a mine. But my rules are make it as accurate as possible, and I've got to give any potential workers somewhere to reside. So normally what you'd do is you'd have spikes on top of the palisade, which would stop a whole lot of shenanigans. Can't really do spikes in Minecraft. I suppose I could do fences, couldn't I? That would look like it. But I'm doing this. It's quick and it's simple and it has the same effect. There we go, one palisade. Now the next thing I have to do is I have to flatten this just a little bit, just going down by 2. Then we're going to build our keep. So first I'm going to put down a campfire. Don't hurt yourself, pussycat. And now I'm going to clear it. That's just going to stay where it is until I can shift it. And then we'll do our keep. Okay. Boring dirt shifting. Made a little easier by a shovel. All right, boring dirt shifting. See you shortly. Oh, and something really important I forgot. We need a gate. For the moment, the gate is very small. That'll do. And I've put them in zombie-proofed. Oh, I'm so glad we've put that palisade wall up. Because listen to that. I was about to shift this wall out. I don't think I'll bother. Well, of course I forgot to press record. But I've only done the ground floor and the first floor. And you haven't missed much because the second floor's exactly the same. All right, so are you ready to see it? There we go. I know it looks a little top heavy. It's based on castles like Bach Rittersburg in Kanzach in Germany, or Burghill Castle in Herefordshire in the UK. All right, so why are we starting with a wooden castle? Lots of castles were wood. Stone was expensive, it was really slow. You can whip up a wooden castle quite quickly. The reconstruction of Bach Rittersburg took a year, and that's because they couldn't second every able-bodied person in the surrounding villages to whip up a castle for them. Your local lord coming through with his men, going, "Oi, get to work," could do that. This could have gone up in a matter of months. The palisade certainly would have been up in a matter of days after they've chopped all the wood down. So this is the castle to start with. Now you'll notice on the ground floor, no windows and no doors. Now I'll be following the pattern used throughout most of the world, that this is the ground floor, that's the first floor, that's the second floor, and so on. So the ground floor is always the floor at ground level, and traditionally in fortified buildings, no doors, no windows, nothing that's going to give easy access. Now this bit here is straight off Bach Rittersburg, and they did have archaeologists involved in the rebuild there, so I'm quite confident of it. But you see this in stone castles as well. The idea is that The entrance is protected from fire, has a means of firing back, and has no means of easily running a ram straight up to the door. You got to come in at it sideways. There's no way you can ram this door open except with bodies. And we can come out the door and see what's going on here and fire down into this space if we need to. Right. So we've got the top floor, which is where the guards can fire out from. It's jettied out. I'm tossing up whether I put trapdoors there so that people can drop rocks and fire down on anyone attacking the base of the castle, or pour water down if they need to, if someone's trying to set it on fire. I'll decide if I do that. This is temporary, so I'm not too worried about have I got every single last defense in. So let's go in and have a look. Oh, and no glass. Glass is expensive. Not just in Minecraft when you're starting, but in medieval times. I should technically have shutters on those as well. I'll get to it. So up we come, and we are confronted with more doors. So if someone's come in, they've got to work out which way to go. Now, if they go for this door, it just takes them straight down to the kitchen. We've got a cauldron. Yes, I raided it from the nearby village. We've got food storage. Got a little crafting table. We've got means of cooking. And through here is storage. This will have a stone floor when I can get a stone floor. We've got to do mining, but that's for next time. Now, if you come into this room, this is the hall. It's little. This is not a big castle. This isn't even really a castle. This is a keep. And it's got a wall around it, so it's a castle. It's a castle. This is a little room. There's a chair for the Lord to sit on. Who is walking around up there? Oh, it's a pig. Thank goodness for that. And it's probably outside. And you've got a chest here, which has got some bedding in it. Because this room, as well as being the hall, this is the bedroom for all the people who work in the castle. There were no bedrooms. Not even for the Lord, and we'll deal with that in a second, but there were no bedrooms. So what you'd do is, you'd come in from your hard day's work, you'd get a sack and some straw, you'd fill the sack with straw, and you would sleep on the floor. Straw, hay, whatever. It's actually where we get the term hitting the hay from. So, no bedrooms. This is where you'd sleep. Unless you're the Lord and the Lord's family. So that's what this little door is for. We come up here, and this is the Lord's room and the Lord's family's room. Yes, there's a bed, but there's also some chairs and a little scribe's corner. A chest. In here we've got a little wardrobe. Got some valuables kept in there. Technically that should be a garderobe. I'm not too worried about that at the moment. It's just for keeping special things right now. So the Lord and all his family would sleep in this bed. Trusted servants who were needed in the night would sleep at the foot of the bed. If they were lucky, they might have a little trundle bed that would pull out from underneath, or a little cot. Most likely they're just on the floor like everyone downstairs. Up until a certain point, most of the gentry could not read or write. You've got people like Alfred the Great, who is different, and he was marked for being different. And you do have lords who can read and write, but they're not the norm, and they tend to be the spare. You know, you've got the heir and the spare, and the spare was usually trained to join the clergy, which meant they were taught to read and write. If their elder sibling dies and they become king, you get a literate king. Normally, though, you've got a scribe. So you'll notice there's just this room up here. There's nowhere else. All these different staircases, this is a security feature. The only way up to the Lord's room is through this door. No one can come up by other means. So we've got a door here, and in this little corridor here, this entrance foyer, we've got this door. It comes through. We've got two ways for this because this goes up to where the guards are. There'll be guards on duty here. There may well be guards sleeping here. I'm thinking of putting in a couple of chairs and a table so that they can eat. But up here they've got good views out. There's trouble. Right the way around. There's another village there, but I'm a bit antsy about investigating because of that. We can see the village there and the village there. And there's our village, and I think that's the way we came from. I think. Puppy, I need more bones. Anyway, off to sleep. Excuse me. So I'm back up here having slept. Should there be trouble downstairs, any guards that are up here that aren't needed to fire down can run down these steps and either out here or into here. So that's our defences for our castle. Oh, and by the way, you can fold those down if you need to get a better shot. This part here should technically be covered in clay or something to offer a bit more protection and some more protection for the kitchen downstairs. I'm working with what I can, and the only reason that that's birch is because it was too oppressive being entirely oak. So that's our wooden castle. We've got our wooden palisade. I have to put a wall walk on. Hang on. This should have gone on right at the beginning. A wall walk. So that you can stand up on your wall and see who's coming and attack them. So next time we're going to get ready to start making a stone castle. There's preparation we need for that. But in the meantime, I'll put the wall walk in. There's links on the screen to some more of my videos. So that's something more interesting for you to do in the meantime. And I'll see you back here. Bye.